Break time. It's been a crazy day.
It has.
Here we are.
Every day is a crazy day when you're a small business owner. But we got some disappointing news.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know, I guess. I don't know what to think of it at this point, but I definitely think it's something we can discuss, talk about. And I think that's why we wrapped up for the day here in the shop and decided to sit down and just have a little chat about what's happening with Discovery.
If you haven't heard.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Well, Discovery bought out Motor Trend, and we all kind of knew that, I think a month or a few months ago.
Yeah.
And I noticed Freiburger and some others were starting to get a little bit more active on YouTube. And so I was starting to wonder the last few months, maybe something's coming down the pike. Sure enough, the announcement was made, a day or two ago? Yep. Within the last 48 hours about Motor Trend getting nixed.
Yeah, Finnegan posted on Reddit.
Okay.
And then everybody was blowing Freiburger up, and all he said was, "Here's my YouTube channel link.
Go check it out."
Yeah.
And he probably posted a video now.
He made a video today, yeah.
I haven't seen it.
Yeah.
I haven't seen it. I've been too busy today. I want to watch it. But I know it's something that we could talk about because we are now content creators on YouTube.
YouTuber.
We're YouTubers.
Tiny.
I never thought I'd be a YouTuber, and here I am. Thanks to my son who says, I have this crazy idea, Dad, that we need to have this channel.
We just started recording things we were doing.
Yeah, it's been a blast. We said we needed to for like a year. Well, our wives were telling us for a long time that we were having too much fun. We needed to share it, and we thought, But anyways, we started doing it, and so here we are, and I think we have an opportunity to influence not just people, but I think what's happening with content that's being created around our love of auto performance industry, and
hot rods and anything with motors, motorsports really.
Yeah, and we've been involved. I mean, I've been involved in it since I was a kid, and owned a business and had built it to multiple locations. I did high performance work and repair work. I was a diagnostician, master AC certified, and got out of it for a while after an injury due to a car wreck, being hit by a drunk driver. And then Brandon kind of had grown up in flipping quads and snowmobiles.
Jet skis.
For years.
At one point in time, we would have something else, and freaking compressor.
Yeah, figures that would run.
So just, grew up on quads and rebuilding little carburetors and watching Street Outlaws, and then grew up on Roadkill and Top Gear, and it's weird. I've been really missing the Top Gear.
Yeah.
Especially the America. I don't know about y'all, but the Top Gear America with Rutledge and Tanner those
guys were
awesome.
I loved it.
I miss them.
And that's one of the motivators that I have. And when you came up with this idea, then you're like, Dad, I'm gonna start this YouTube channel. One of my motivations behind it was to possibly recreate to an extent.
Right.
Obviously, we don't have the production value.
I'll get it.
Yeah, I got the compressor. Now you can get to shop phone. I didn't turn the ringer off. I apologize, but this is our world. And I don't know if this will get edited out or not, but we don't have the production value or ability to pull off what these big money production companies can. But I think it can be all about the grassroots. And I think that just kind of gets us back to our roots. We enjoy cars, and Brandon and I enjoy drag racing, but drag racing isn't the only aspect of the auto performance industry or cars that we enjoy.
Right.
My dad has a Corvette. My father-in-law, well, now my mother-in-law, because we lost my father-in-law now, but I helped him find the car of his dreams that was a car that looked exactly like the same car they dated in, how many years ago. And so that's sitting in the garage right now. And I think the family's considering selling it, which is, I'm very torn, but it's probably time to do that. But we enjoy that. That's a two-door Victoria, 56 Victoria, and it was a special NASCAR pre-production car. So they only made 6 of them, and it has dual quads on a 312, I believe it is. And it was for the following NASCAR year. So it's a special car. It's very cool. Man, I'm into all this. You know, we've got a customer's car in here, this IROC. It's a street car going back, small block Chevy, carbureted, but we put a tube front end on it. And does it have a 400 in it?
Yeah.
Turbo 400. And we're putting this all together for this guy. And this is a riot. And then we've got, you know, my car behind me, which is a clone to the car I owned when my wife and I were dating in high school. Not the same car, I couldn't find it, but
there's just something about cars.
And now this stupid little Fairmont that
our budget burnout project
that I think could possibly turn into a lot more than just a budget car, but it's going to start out there. We're going to have some fun making content for you guys with it. And then Brandon's, you know, 4th gen, but we got the announcement, you know, we heard about it, and I said to Brandon, I said, this really sucks because Motor Trend has been one of my favorite apps. It's my middle of the night app. It's my download app after a crazy day. Roadkill, after being hit by a drunk driver, I had multiple surgeries, and I discovered Roadkill when I was recovering from one of those surgeries. And so, man, I just binge watched Roadkill and just absolutely lived a life of my love of automobile, everything that Freiberger and Finnegan did through Roadkill. So I'm gonna miss Roadkill. I thoroughly enjoy it, even though it's just not always drag racing. But
there is one more season coming out.
Okay.
So that's good news, I guess.
I haven't seen the
last season.
6 months.
So I think one of them was saying they just finished filming, so that'll be coming out next year. So we do have one more season.
I've got 2 seasons to watch then, because I haven't seen any of this one. But so I guess that means the app's going to be around for a little while yet.
Yeah.
Till they run it out.
Discovery now. Yeah, I don't know.
Right, it's on Discovery now. But so this brings us to where we're at, and we wanted to talk for just a couple minutes about, you know, what does that mean to YouTube content creators? Well, I think it's a great opportunity. I think the sky's the limit for quality YouTube content creators. Like, I've recommended some channels to people, and they're like, man, the quality just ain't there. And I say, yeah, I know, but give the guys a chance. If you've never tried to create content yourself, it's difficult. It would be impossible for me because I can't even do the editing like Brandon does all the editing at this time. I keep saying I'm going to learn, and I'm learning it about as quick as I'm learning how to tune
Holly.
in Holly, which I'm going to learn one of these days, by the way. But so, you know, I just think it's a great opportunity, and I think that's where the shift should actually be. These corporate conglomerates come out, buy out these shows that are doing well, and then eventually bankrupt themselves, and they just don't give a flying flip.
There's been,
you know,
like 5 of them recently. Hoonigan, Donut Media, Roadkill now, Motor Trend.
I mean, the economy's in the tanker, that we know.
That doesn't help.
But these corporate conglomerates with this type of control, I just think it sucks. And I think it's great that we have an opportunity through a platform like YouTube, which I don't always agree with YouTube, obviously, for the obvious woke reasons. But it's a platform at least that we could put some grassroots content out there, and the things that we love, and hopefully our subscribers love them as well. And, you know, and hopefully it inspires those of you to get together with a family member or father, if he's still around, or son, you know. Man, it's time for you to get over, and maybe this is for somebody out there, it's time for you to get over whatever it is that you've got going on in your family, or relationship between father and son, or father and daughter, or whatever it is. You know, Brandon and I don't always get along. We really don't. And we've had so many comments, man, your chemistry's incredible. This is unreal, father and son, and oh, it reminds me of my dad, or what, you know, just so many positive comments. We want to thank you for that. That encourages us. But I want to tell you, I mean, we're tight. We have a very good relationship, but that doesn't mean that there aren't disagreements and challenges along the way. I mean,
there has been footage that has not made the cut. All right, I'll just put it that way.
Even in discussing what we're going to do for content, we don't always agree.
No,
you know, and so
different generation where we see things differently. We think one way's better or worse than the other, but between the two of us, we can usually figure out. After we get done arguing, we usually figure out the right direction to go.
Or we make a decision.
We make an agreement and decide, and once the decision's made, then it's okay. This is the direction we're moving.
That's true, son. And I think a lot of parents and children need to come to that realization or understanding that when a decision is finally made, that we're all in.
Mm-hmm.
And we have to do that, not only in the small business that we run and the church involvement that we have together, but also this DadRod garage and our car content. I mean, once a decision's made, like if we're making a decision on what car we're gonna bring to an event,
mm-hmm.
2 or 1 or what,
mm-hmm.
and once it's decided that, okay, we're taking your car, or whatever that is, whether I'm sore about it or not, I've got to be all in. We made a decision, we're taking Bounty Hunter to this particular event.
Right.
And I'm gonna go all in, and I'm
mm-hmm.
gonna serve him and his needs for videography,
mm-hmm.
for in the pits,
mm-hmm.
for traveling, there and back, everything. I'm gonna support that 100% all in. And I've got to be careful with my snarky comments and remarks that sometimes we like to whip out once in a while. But hopefully you guys see how well we get along, but know that we try to show you everything as authentic and as real as possible. And so there's no special production. There's no, videos aren't hitting the editing floor, so to speak, because we don't want to reveal that to you. We want you to see the authenticity between us. And there are crazy successes along in this journey, and there's crazy failures.
Yeah.
And I think that's one of the things we need to look at with the automotive programming and the big corporations. Man, screw all that. Who gives? I don't know. There's hours of footage now hitting YouTube and automotive content makers, creators discussing all this. And I say this.
We're just a piss in the pot.
Well, that we are. But let's get back to grassroots.
Yeah.
Let's have fun. It's just we don't have a big production company.
So much of it. I mean, thankfully, Roadkill came around, 13 years ago or whatever, and went out there and said, "Hey, you don't have to spend thousands upon thousands of dollars to go have fun with cars." And I feel like I definitely with drag racing, but with the car culture in general, we've moved more into the money area, and maybe this will give Roadkill. I mean, there's a lot of people doing Roadkill style stuff now.
We did.
They created a genre of car content. But
Vice Grip Garage built his whole entire platform on rescuing vehicles until now, probably till recent. But and I had a blast. We went to Cincinnati. You bought that car basically sight unseen, and we rented a car and drove down to Cincinnati. I was in the dark almost completely, and we road tripped that thing back to Chicago. If you haven't seen the video, you got to go watch it. The video, I think, has way better quality and is way more fun and enjoyable and entertaining than what the algorithm has even been sharing or spreading.
Yeah.
I think it's a much better video than our 800 views or 900 views or whatever it is. But I think we're subject to the algorithm.
It's part of the YouTube game. A lot of our subscribers are probably drag racers. So we go do a car rescue and it just doesn't hit.
Right.
So
even though this baby's going to turn into it.
It probably will be. Burnout car right now, but who knows what the next level or whatever is.
The next iteration. Yeah. So we've got some cool things coming up for this winter. It's much more difficult to make content in the winter for drag racers.
Especially in the north.
Yeah, because there's no events up here. So we got to travel down to Florida. We obviously don't have enough clout or following that we're getting invited to any of the big YouTube influencer stuff.
Right.
We haven't been invited to PRI booth. We haven't been none of that.
Like our last event, I really wanted some media passes to get on the other side of the fence. But
we couldn't even get media passes.
I couldn't use like any of our racing footage because it's like from behind the fence,
Right. I'm like, hey, can I get a media pass? And nobody even knows who I am. And now some people are starting to realize what DadRod Garage is, but they don't know my name is Mark Allen Boer.
Right.
That you're Brandon Boer. They don't even know us by our names yet. So
that's part of it.
So we're just letting it grow, and there's some disappointing, stressful things along the way, but we're just doing the best we can to have fun. And I think that's what it needs to all be about. And I just want to encourage you, if you're watching this video, to be one of those guys that hits YouTube, finds the little guys, little channels, watch them, subscribe, share, and like the ones that you really enjoy. All these Motor Trend content creators, so many of them are really going to be hitting YouTube hard.
There's going to be an even larger wave of content creators, I think, coming from.
Is that good for guys like us that have such a small platform?
Probably not.
Or is that better? Right? Is it good or bad for us?
There's only so much time in the day, and the viewers need to find who they enjoy, and then they're going to watch those people first. So I don't know. Maybe.
Right? Are we going to disappear in the background now?
Hopefully, we're funny and personality enough that people enjoy watching.
I feel like the competition is just like skyrocketed off the ground now, and it's like, how do we compete?
We needed to be in YouTube before COVID.
We needed to ride the COVID YouTube wave. But so we just wanted to kind of get on here and just, I don't want to ramble.
I don't even know what
No, we wanted to discuss this latest big move.
Roadkill, Motor Trend, Discovery, Street Outlaws.
Sad to see them go. I saw a lot of people griping on Facebook, some of my Facebook groups. I mean, they were just bitching up a storm about it. And it's like, man, it's no big deal. Just kind of transition over to YouTube and have a ball. I'm like, there's so many good content creators on YouTube that don't have the following that they deserve.
Right.
And why is that? I think partly the algorithm. I think partly is you need a collaboration to really get seen. You got, even going to events and people start realizing who you are, that only adds, half a dozen, couple dozen subscribers. It doesn't do anything, and not much. I shouldn't say nothing. It does something.
Shout outs help.
Shout outs help. SRC Tommy's giving us a couple shout outs. That's been amazing. Thank you, Tommy, for that. We really appreciate you and everything that your family's done. And I know I kind of feel like I'm following in their footsteps a little bit.
Yeah.
In the way that we want to portray our family as well.
Right.
And family values.
Yeah.
And I really think guys have gotten knocked around here in society the last 15 years, and enough is enough. Let men be men, and let's go enjoy our woods and our hunting and our cars and our mechanicking and hanging out in the shop, and let's bring that back. Where your buddies are coming because we got a lift and tools, and they're coming and hanging out, and let's bring back the hours that we've spent in the shop or in the garage with each other. You growing up and now into the auto scene, it's been priceless.
Yeah,
it's been priceless. We wouldn't have the relationship that we have if it wasn't for those hours in the shop. And doesn't mean they've all gone great. I mean, there's been times a wrench will fly out the door. It happens. Tools get lost.
We say 9 out of 10 days are good. That 10th day,
stand back.
He's a doozy, but
he is a doozy.
Oh yeah,
he is a doozy.
Preaching to the choir.
But so I don't even know how to end this or whether we end it. Anyway, we have some great things coming up this winter. I'm gonna put together a stock bottom end.
For this,
gap rings, and maybe for this one.
Yep.
Cam,
we're doing this.
Plastic gauge bearings.
Okay. Well, what's our thought on this right now? Our thoughts on the Fairmont.
Oh, I know what I want to do, but I know what we have a budget for.
We'd really like to go do Sick Ward. We'd like to get it together as a budget burnout build.
I want to do Sick Week, but I didn't get in.
Right. And then because we can't get in Sick Week, we're kicking around doing Sick Ward and pulling a pop-up camper behind it to sleep in.
If we can find one.
Because we don't have the budget for hotels or Airbnbs.
No. The $84 a month we make on YouTube does not even cover the fuel for getting to an event.
Yeah.
But so we're thinking about, this has a 2300 Ford in it. We're thinking about building a stock bottom end 5.3 with a decent cam in it. We actually picked up the cam.
Yep.
And a converter in a turbo 350. Super simple build. And I don't know if we're going to weld up yet. We may do nothing with the rear end if we're going to go to Sick Ward.
Right.
Throw a set of cool wheels and tires on a car and let's go.
Yep.
And just leave the stock rear end in it for now and not beat on the car too bad. Haha, famous last words. We're doing burnouts around every corner.
Little one-wheel peels.
one wheel peel right now. But we got to put a windshield in the thing because road tripping back from Cincinnati, I couldn't even see through the windshield.
You can't hardly see through it.
So I think we may just throw a sheet of Lexan in it and go road trip the thing. I don't know. Yeah. That sounds like fun to me. So that would be fun.
Don't worry about it.
I think there's some otother build. I'm going to put an ARB in my Camaro. It likes to twist around a little bit.
We got some build stuff this winter coming up. I want to do some Holley how-tos and tuning and that kind of thing. We have it listed on our website. If you want to, you can buy a tune from me, and I'll do remote tuning and help you through the data log.
You got a simple little bass tune.
Yep.
If the build, it's a common build, if it matches it close enough.
Yeah.
Super cheap bass tune just to get you started.
Better than the Wizard, but
way
not
better. Yeah.
Paying the big money to have somebody go back and forth with data logs.
And this kid isn't going to toot his own horn, but I got to tell you, the kid's a whiz when it comes to tuning, and we don't have a dyno yet. That may happen someday, but right now we don't have a dyno. But this kid has been able to straighten out some messed up tunes, man. We have had some guys come to us with tunes that were just out of this world. I don't know how guys can live with themselves, charging what they're charging and letting go out the door what's going out the door.
Yeah.
It's ugly. And we're not here to slam anybody, but we are here to say that stop doing ugly work. You know, treat your clients, your customers right. Care a little bit. Yeah.
You just got to care a little.
Because if you cared a little bit, the tune wouldn't look like it looks.
Right.
We've got guys spending hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of dollars on tunes, and the car won't even idle or get out of its own way. You know, they can't even get up on a foot brake. And it's sad how far off the fueling's been. So Brandon was showing me one the other day.
Yeah.
But anyway, so he's been helping guys with that, and these guys are so happy. Maybe I need to reach out some, get some reviews or whatever, but just know that we care. We care not only about each other, we care about the state of the auto industry, the performance auto industry. We also care about the people that God sends into our lives and whom we're having an impact on. We want to have a positive impact on you, whether you're buying merch from us, whether you're having Brandon tune, or whether we've got a customer's car in a shop.
Yep.
We want to have a positive influence, and we want to leave you better than we found you, or better than you came. We want to treat you like we'd like to be treated.
Yeah.
That's kind of our golden rule. And so plan on going on some crazy wild journeys. It's going to be a blast. It's been fun. I think it's even just going to get better. I need to start whipping out the dad jokes again, but we got some cool plans for this winter. It stinks. I hate that event shut down, but maybe we can make it to Sick Ward. Buy some merch.
Yeah.
We have a sale right now. In our sale, we only made like $5 on a hoodie with the 40% off.
Yeah.
So you need to buy lots of hoodies under this Black Friday sale. But
40% off. It's
good through Black Friday. After Black Friday, that 40% sale is gone. It's done. I didn't even want him to do 40% off. Because like I said, we make like $5 on a hoodie with the 40% off discount. Plus, I got to make trips to the post office to ship them. Yep. We're just trying to move some merch, and hopefully you guys enjoy it. You laugh a little bit. Our merch is quite a bit of it's pretty funny.
I think it's funny, but
So buy some Christmas presents, buy some merch. Maybe that'll help us get to Sick Ward. That'd be amazing. I want to get this car together. We need to buy gaskets, fluid.
And we'd like to go to PRI.
Planning on being at PRI.
PRI is a couple weeks away.
We've been there in the past.
We're only a couple hours away. It'd be a pretty easy day trip.
We're planning on being at PRI. So if you're at PRI, we're not in anybody's booth or anything like that, but we'll have the DadRod Garage tags on and the lanyards. And we'll be out there running around, having fun, giving away stickers. I'm gonna fill my pockets with DadRod Garage decals. We'll be giving them away like crazy. I'll never
forget the first, was it the first PRI we went to? Years ago, this is years ago.
Oh yeah,
I literally,
10, 12 years ago.
I literally came back with bags full of decals. And we had one of those vertical
two-door cabinet,
two-door
garage
shop cabinets, and we filled that thing with decals. It was
your PRI
from edge to edge, from just PRI, all decals from PRI. It was so cool looking.
We were meeting street outlaws. Remember walking through, and all of a sudden you bump into we bumped into a farm truck in Asia.
Yep, we met Andrade.
We had a blast.
Yeah,
Andrade.
He had his car there.
Yeah, we met Andrade. There was a chick there who had a Turbo S10 or something like that, I think.
Yeah, I don't remember her name.
I don't remember her name. Yeah. She was very
Somebody
nice.
will. Yeah.
Very nice.
Yeah.
And it was Turbonetics. She was repping Turbonetics turbos.
It's a cool event.
Yeah, it's a blast. It's a blast. And we're gonna be there.
Yeah.
We're planning on going.
Yep.
So, speaking of that, I need to go update our registration and our membership to make sure we get to go.
Yeah.
I meant to do that yesterday.
We can't make a phone call yet. Like, we're not, our YouTube career isn't to the point where we can just make a phone call and be like, hey, I forgot to do this thing.
Right. We're working with our local track, US 41, here in Northern Indiana, about 2 events that we're going to be promoting. So we're promoting a spring event and a fall event, and we're locking in dates right now. I've tried to get a hold of some other large promoters so that our dates don't coincide.
Old Man Garage. Plates in 28. We do not want to be on the same weekend.
You said it out loud.
Yeah. We do not want to be on the same weekend as Plates in 28s.
No.
So, old man.
But nobody will tell me
Bill,
when their date is.
what dates are you thinking?
And I don't feel right about trying to call Bill directly. Like, I don't have like permission. You know what I mean? I just don't feel right about that. So I'm one of those guys, I believe you're kind of like invited. They reach out to you. But regardless,
we're not there yet.
We're trying to figure out dates because the last event in the world, we know Michael Kotis
MKE, yep.
has MKE events. We're making sure that our event is not on the same as his regular events. In Byron.
We want to go. He's local.
Right. We want to go to his and we want to respect him as well.
Yeah.
We really appreciate Michael Kotis. And then Plates and 28s. We want to be there.
Right.
We want to support Plates and 28s.
Yeah.
But we can't, so we really don't want it to fall on the same date that we end up. And we got to lock up some dates at this track because the track's filling up with bracket and other events.
We're trying to do a family-friendly streetcar event.
Yep.
And huge family-friendly.
Yeah.
Not just like a little family-friend, like
like kids,
like family
activities,
bouncy
houses, and whatever, all kinds of stuff.
We got a list. Yeah. So that's what we're trying to put together. We want to try to avoid the other local events that are going on.
Especially Plates and 28s, I want to support
for streetcar.
I want to support the Hoskinsons and what they've got going on, and I'm in love with what they're doing.
Yeah,
I believe in the streetcar. Michael Kotis told me one time when I first met him, I gave him a hard time about some of his rule sets, and he may laugh if he sees this. And he says the streetcar's dead, and I'm like, man, I got off the phone with him. I'm like, the streetcar ain't dead. We're just not.
It's just hard.
There's no rule sets for streetcars anywhere.
It's hard
because there's such a wide array of streetcars.
Yep.
But little gangsters came out.
Mm-hmm.
Michael picked it up, put in the 5-3 bracket.
It's been a blast,
man, and it's like the biggest class ever. And so I know that Michael now has I don't know, he's completely changed, but I know that he recognizes there is streetcar
a place.
Yeah. And they're not just 4-second streetcars. You know, we've got 5, 6, 7 second, 8th mile cars.
This is another asterisk to our event that we're thinking. We have a few ideas that we're going to try for streetcars specifically.
Yeah.
To try and get a 12-second car and a 9-second car involved in this class.
Similar to Pink's All Out style stuff, but so we've got some ideas we want to try. I have a bunch of buddies my age who have cars, and they don't get them out.
Right.
Like they'll cruise into Dairy Queen or whatever, and they'll sit there and they'll eat their ice cream cone. But I want to get them out to events. And they're like, well, my car ain't as fast as your car. I said, your car don't have to be as fast as mine.
Yep.
Then we try to figure out where they fit, and there aren't events for them.
But we think we got something figured out.
And Plates and 28s has it figured out in a large way as well.
With the cruise.
They've made an impact with the cruise and some index. I really enjoyed it. So anyways, I feel like I'm rambling. I don't want to ramble anymore. Your time is precious. We appreciate you. Thank you for watching. Thank you for being a subscriber. You know, here's the thing that blew me away though when I started seeing the analytics. Only like 25% of our viewers are subscribed.
Always.
So if you're a viewer and you're not subscribed, the subscriptions help us. The views do too, but we really need your subscription. So if you don't mind, subscribe. I'm asking you, please, for me, for the sake of doing this with my son and making a positive impact in this world in some little way, subscribe, like, share, comment. We love your comments, even those we don't disagree. We don't always agree with. We still appreciate your comments as well. And don't forget about the 40% off merch sale.
See ya.